Welcome, I'm Alex, and today we travel to Iceland, a land where fire and ice meet, making a world of amazing sights. Let's find out 15 surprising facts that show the wild heart and strong spirit of this special island. Iceland sits atop the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a unique geological boundary that slices right through the island. This is one of the only places on Earth where you can actually see two tectonic plates, the North American and the Eurasian, slowly drifting apart above sea level. The land here is constantly being reshaped by the immense forces deep beneath the surface. The North American and European plates are pulling away from each other at a rate of about 2 centimeters per year. This slow but relentless movement creates dramatic rift valleys, deep fissures, and a landscape that is always in motion. It's a living laboratory for geologists and a place where the power of the planet is on full display. As a result, Iceland is one of the most volcanically active places in the world. The constant tension between the plates allows magma to rise easily to the surface, fueling frequent eruptions and creating new land. Volcanic vents steam and hiss, and the ground itself can tremble with the energy below. More than 130 volcanoes, both active and dormant, are scattered across the country. Some erupt with little warning, sending ash clouds into the sky and rivers of lava across the land. These eruptions have shaped Iceland's rugged terrain for thousands of years, and new eruptions continue to transform the landscape every few years. The aftermath of these eruptions can be seen in the vast lava fields that stretch for miles, their jagged rocks softened by a thick blanket of green moss. Walking through these fields feels like stepping onto another planet, one forged by fire and cooled by time. In the distance, volcanoes capped with ice and snow rise above the horizon, a striking contrast to the black lava below. These icy giants are a reminder of the delicate balance between fire and ice that defines Iceland's natural beauty. Icelanders have learned not just to live with this volcanic power but to harness it. Geothermal energy, drawn from the heat beneath their feet, provides clean electricity and hot water for homes, greenhouses, and even swimming pools. The Earth's energy is a vital part of daily life here. Yet, despite this mastery, there is always a deep respect for the wildness of the land. People here know that nature is unpredictable, and that the forces shaping their island can never be fully tamed. They walk carefully among steaming vents and rugged terrain, always aware of the power beneath their feet. This intimate connection with the Earth's fire is woven into the fabric of Icelandic identity. It shapes their stories, their traditions, and their way of life. To be Icelandic is to live in harmony with the fiery heart of the Atlantic, embracing both its gifts and its challenges. Iceland's heat from the earth warms almost every home, getting heat right from the ground. Electricity from rivers that come from glaciers provides almost all power, making Iceland a world leader in clean energy. This green way of life is both smart and a big part of their culture, showing respect for nature and a plan for a future that lasts. Iceland proves that clean energy isn't just possible, it's real. Iceland's wide, treeless views are amazing. Stretches of open land that seem to go on forever, with nothing to block your gaze but distant mountains and the endless sky. The landscape feels almost otherworldly, as if you've stepped onto a different planet, shaped by forces both ancient and powerful. This open space is the result of a unique blend of nature's raw power and the choices of people who lived here long ago. The land tells a story of survival, adaptation, and change. When the first Viking settlers arrived over 1,000 years ago, Iceland was covered in birch forests. But the settlers needed wood for building homes and boats, and their sheep and other animals grazed on the young trees and plants. Over time, most of the forests disappeared, leaving behind only scattered patches and ancient stumps as reminders of what once was. The harsh Icelandic weather, fierce winds, freezing temperatures, and volcanic eruptions made it even harder for new trees to grow back. The land became exposed, shaped by storms and the elements, with only the toughest plants able to survive. Today, moss and grass cover the volcanic rocks and lava fields, creating a soft green carpet that stretches as far as the eye can see. These hardy plants have become the new guardians of the land, thriving where trees cannot. The result is a raw, open beauty that feels both wild and peaceful. Standing here, you can sense the power of nature and the resilience of life in this challenging environment. In recent years, people have started planting trees again, hoping to restore some of the lost forests and bring new life to the land. Volunteers and scientists work together, carefully choosing species that can survive Iceland's tough climate. But even with these efforts, the open, treeless landscape remains one of Iceland's most striking features, a reminder of its history and the forces that continue to shape it. Here the sky feels endless, stretching above you in every direction, changing constantly with the weather and the light. In this vast wilderness you can't help but feel small, humbled by the scale of nature, and inspired by the quiet strength of this land without a forest cloak. Iceland has no mosquitoes, which is great thanks to its changing weather and how often it freezes and thaws. Mosquito babies can't live in the harsh conditions, making outdoor trips free from bites. No need for bug spray, just pack clothes for the weather. It's a small thing, but it makes Iceland's wild places very peaceful. Icelandic is a living link to the Viking times, a language that has traveled through centuries, carrying with it the voices and stories of a distant past. When you hear Icelandic spoken today, you are listening to words and sounds that have echoed across the ages, almost unchanged since the days when Vikings sailed the North Atlantic and carved their runes into stone. It has changed so little over the centuries that people in Iceland today can pick up ancient sagas and read them with ease, understanding the adventures, dreams, and struggles of their ancestors as if they were written yesterday. This rare connection to the past is something few other languages can offer. Iceland's remote and rugged landscape, surrounded by the vast ocean, helped keep the language pure and protected from outside influences. For generations, isolation allowed Icelandic to remain a time capsule, preserving the words and expressions of the Old World. Even as the world changes, Icelanders work together to keep their language alive and relevant. A dedicated group carefully creates new Icelandic words for modern inventions and ideas, ensuring that the language grows without losing its unique character. The language is more than just a way to communicate. It is a vessel for Icelandic culture, identity, and pride. Every word spoken is a celebration of who they are, a reminder of their shared history, and a symbol of their independence. The old stories, the epic poems, and the wisdom of the sagas are all preserved in the language, passed down from one generation to the next. These ancient texts are not just relics, they are living parts of daily life, recited and remembered by young and old alike. Folk tales and legends, told in classrooms and around family tables, continue to inspire and teach, keeping the spirit of the past alive in the hearts of Icelanders. Through these stories, children learn about bravery, wisdom, and the magic of their homeland. To speak Icelandic is to hear the voices of people from long ago, to feel the pulse of history in every conversation, and to carry forward a tradition that connects the present to the ancient world. Hot pools from the earth are a loved Icelandic tradition. Warm water bubbling up from the ground, even when it's snowing. The Blue Lagoon is famous around the world, but every town has its own public pool, a place for people to relax and connect. Natural hot springs are found in the wild, offering magical, quiet getaways. Bathing here is a daily habit, a direct hug from the land's warmth. It's Iceland's way of turning nature's power into comfort. Icelandic folktales are full of elves, trolls, and hidden people, Huldufolk, who many believe live in the land. Rock shapes and hills are treated with respect, sometimes even changing building plans to avoid bothering these magical homes. These stories create a deep respect for nature and a feeling of wanting to protect it. Whether real or just stories, the hidden people add magic to the land. In Iceland, the world you can't see is always close. Iceland is one of the safest, most peaceful countries in the world, with very low crime rates. Trust and community are part of daily life. Police don't carry guns and children play freely. Fairness for everyone and a strong system to help people support this peace. Problems are solved by talking, not fighting. Peace is Iceland's quiet superpower. In summer, Iceland is bright with the midnight sun. 24 hours of daylight that makes it hard to tell day from night. Life moves outdoors, with parties, late-night walks, and endless golden hours for taking pictures. The land glows in a strange light, making everyday things amazing. Dark curtains are a must, but the magic is worth it. It's a time when time itself feels magical. Winter brings the northern lights, curtains of green, pink, and purple that dance across Iceland's night sky. The aurora happens when sun particles hit the air, and Iceland's location makes it a great place to see them. Each show is special, sometimes faint, sometimes amazing. Seeing the aurora is a humbling, unforgettable experience. It's nature's own light show, rewarding those who brave the cold. Icelandic food is a trip into history. Clever, bold, and sometimes hard to get used to. Fermented shark, boiled sheep's head, and pickled ram's testicles are old foods, made because they had to survive. But there's also tasty lamb, fresh seafood, and creamy skyr. Every dish tells a story of survival and adapting. To know Iceland, you must taste its past and present. Icelandic sheep are more than people, 2 to 1, roaming free across the countryside. Coming from Viking sheep, these tough animals give meat, milk, and the famous wool sweater called lopapeysa. The yearly sheep gathering, or retir, is a big cultural event connecting people to their history. Sheep are more than farm animals. They are part of what makes Iceland special. Their toughness is like that of the country itself. Iceland has no army, navy, or air force, which is special among countries in NATO. Safety is handled by the Coast Guard and police with agreements for protection. Money goes to schools, healthcare, and helping people, not to military spending. This peaceful way of being is a source of pride and respect around the world. Iceland shows that strength can be found in peace. Reykjavik, the world's most northern capital, is a lively mix of art, culture, and unique charm. Hallgrímskirkja Church stands tall over colorful roofs while cafes, art places, and music fill the streets. Nature is always close. Volcanoes, beaches, and the northern lights are just a short drive away. The city's energy is catchy, powered by its special location. Reykjavik is both a door to adventure and a cultural heart. The Icelandic horse, brought by Vikings and kept separate for hundreds of years, is a national treasure. Famous for its special gaits, the tolt and flying pace, it's both useful and loved. Strict rules protect the horse's pure breed. No other horses can come into Iceland. These horses help people settle and survive, and they are still a big part of Icelandic culture. Riding one is like touching a living link to the island's past. Our trip through Iceland's wonders ends here, but the magic of this land stays with you. If you liked this adventure, please subscribe and join our group of explorers. Your support helps us share more stories from all over the world. Thank you for traveling with us. Until next time, keep exploring.